Good.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. I don't get so colorful with my name.
Well, we opened up with some colorful candy corn right here. The autumn mix of candy corn, which is a U.S. and perhaps elsewhere in the world favorite.
Patton, who comes on Thursday nights and sometimes on Sundays, cued us in on Thanksgiving dinner candy corn, which he said was available at Walgreens, but the only thing we could find right now was the fall mix.
Maybe closer to Thanksgiving.
Well, anyway, we are in a celebratory mood today.
Are we?
Yes, we are, Mr.
Why would
O,
that be?
Because it's the day before our 44th anniversary of our first date.
How could I have forgotten? Happy anniversary.
Well, so we're proposing a toast to that. Cheers to 44.
44. That's 4 plus 4. That's 8.
8.
That's an infinity symbol.
Doesn't it seem like forever, Mr. O?
Stuck on you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, this is real wine.
Ooh,
So
yes.
we are indulging just a little bit today in honor of it.
Thanks, everybody.
And our first date was really interesting, wasn't it?
Yes, and some of that was actually already summarized about a year ago on a special tape we did, right?
It was. I got to take a sip.
Of our 43rd anniversary, so we sort of did a recreation of the fated date, the fated day and time. But you wanted to say something else.
Well, as you know, because it was said before, but maybe for all those of you who didn't watch our little show on that, he wanted to impress me in the worst way possible, this long-haired guy, and he decided to take me to the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. And so I went, but I was a little leery because violin music puts me to sleep. And sure enough, before long, sitting through part of the concert, I started to nod. I kept trying to not be obvious about it, but I definitely nodded a little bit at that first date.
And then there was dinner afterwards. That was relatively, nothing happened, although later we heard something interesting about our choice of restaurant. But all of that is recounted more or less in the video of our 43rd anniversary, so you can find that somewhere in one of the playlists. I think tomorrow, because it is the actual anniversary, I might rerun that and just throw that back out there.
Yeah, that might be a nice idea. It's pretty crazy times. And of course, we kind of met really at work, like maybe about the May or June before.
It was June. I started working there in June. You had already been working there.
And I worked in a department that had, I worked on a desk. Part of my job was shelving as a student worker in a library. But part of my job, too, was calling down to the basement stacks to have journals and old material brought up. And he was the person doing that. So we kind of had glimpses of each other, would say hi, and finally one thing led to another.
And guess what? We were totally from two different worlds.
Absolutely.
But somehow our worlds merged.
So, anyway, and the rest is history and herstory. Patton, you made it. Hey, Patton, we were just talking about you.
Thanks, Laura.
Why don't you flash on that, the candy?
Oh, yes, of course. Patton, you inspired us so much. We went out to try and get the Thanksgiving candy corn, but all we could find was their autumn mix.
So, and we did go to Walgreens, but maybe one of the other Walgreens has the other one right now. But we've got the autumn mix instead today. Hey, Laura, welcome. So we just recapped our relationship a little bit and had a toast.
So let's get going.
And so we're going to get going. But 44 years is an awful long time. And Casey said, here's to the next 44, Mr. O. What would that make us? I don't even want to think about that.
I'll only be 109. We could do it.
Sure. Anyway, Hey, is that Sanjib?
Hi, Sanjib.
So,
we never know for sure if it's you or somebody else who uses that
let's
writing.
see. We're married 44 years before they passed. We're not there yet. What is this year going to be? It's going to be 30.
It'll be our 39th
It'll
wedding.
be our 39th
in
wedding
about another
anniversary.
month.
Yeah, in November. So stay tuned for more celebrating.
Oh, dear. What can I do?
Holy moly.
Okay, so card for the day.
All right, so we're doing a card for today from, you can put that up there, Gillian Kemp's Good Witch, Bad Witch Tarot. Are you a good witch? Are you a bad witch? Is there such a thing?
Well,
maybe.
Let's
We're
move
going
the
to see
candy
what
out of
we
the way.
pull today. Sure, Mr. O.
Do you want to
We've
take it
got a
back over by
different
you?
cat here with us. Sassy has joined us, and we've set up things a little differently so we can accommodate the cats, hopefully without them knocking down the camera. I still expect some problems along the way, but we'll see how it
This
goes.
one's really crashed out right on our table here.
All right. Can be upright or reversed. Oh, no, it can't be really. It's only upright. The Abracadabra Witch. And it looks like it's a bad witch to me. That just doesn't sound very bad to me, so I don't get the distinction exactly with that.
Yes, please press the like button as Patton has asked.
What number's the Abracadabra?
It's 21.
Okay, wow, okay.
And thank you, Patton.
I'll find it. Here it is. The Abracadabra Witch. The charming Abracadabra Witch has 365 phantom familiars. Wow. Sympathetic to their own particular strengths and virtues, they help the witch weave powerful magic every day of the year. They will help your impossible dreams to come true, especially when you speak your wish to them. An unexpected magical change is about to take you by surprise, bringing you peace of mind as well as much comfort and love. So that's for the collective today, before we get started with our readings.
And look, she's got a crow or a raven on her shoulder.
Yeah.
She has a spider on her other one, which is kind of yucky, but...
Come on now. Spiders
I don't
are
like
natural.
spiders. Do you
Well,
like them?
You know how I feel about spiders. I do have a little bit of a...
I mean, I don't mind them, but they kind of freak me out, so I usually don't want to get near them. I just let them be and...
He screams, actually.
Okay, I have. And then in some other times, I've actually overreacted to them, and we're not going to talk about that one.
We're not.
No.
No, we're not. Oh, I forgot to put the book away. Hang on. So at any rate, also very soon on Amazon, I have put a review out there today, but it hasn't posted yet. Hold on a minute.
A review?
Yep. For the In-Between Tarot. And this is by Janine Worthington and Rivoli, somebody or other. Franco Rivoli.
Franco Rivoli.
Has done the artwork. There's some mixed feelings about this deck, but I find it all very fascinating. And so please read my review on Amazon. My handle there is Barb capital B9. And hopefully it'll pop up to the top of the reviews, so it'll probably be the first one you see. I gave it 5 stars. So for a variety of reasons, and I just enjoy it. I think it's going to be most helpful with learning and absorbing more information about the tarot and the connections between the cards, more so than reading for others with it, more for self-discovery, I feel, and analysis, but it can be used for reading for others too.
And that brings up a good point, because of course we're always talking about how we want to talk more about the many, many sets we own and how we find that they fall into wonderful little niches that serve different purposes. And I do have myself several decks that I like to use specifically for meditation or inner kind of thoughtful work. So looking forward to getting to know that deck better too.
So anyway, everybody, thanks
Hi,
for
Kayla.
coming. I saw we had a new person here, I believe. MD Tahira Sultana, thank you, and welcome to the show if you're still here. I've created a list of names in the order that you guys have come into the stream. So if I've forgotten anybody along the way, let me know. Right now, the order I have is Divine You, Levi, Angel Mary, Kayla, Esoterics, KC, Aaliyah, MD Tahira Sultana, Angel Rivera, Patton, Laura, and Sanja. And I just want to thank you all for coming and sharing that moment of congratulations with us.
Thank you.
Really appreciate that. And thanks for being here today in general.
So I'm using 3 decks. I'm using the Night Sun Tarot. That's the back. And this card is the World, which looks a little bit like Kali. Kind of interesting. And then I'm also using the Mermaid Tarot. And that's the Knight of Chalices from that deck. And then finally, I'm also using the Karma Music Tarot. These are all decks I've used before. And that is the Ten of Cups, which is nice and vivid.
Well, Pat, maybe we'll make you an official mod someday. Not that you have to pass any test or anything, but it is possible. We can have a chat about that.
Yeah, sure.
At any rate, what have I got? Well, first off, let me start with my one Lenormand deck for the Halloween season. And it is the Halloween Lenormand. This card is actually the mountain card. Is that the one?
The Gate is the mountain, I think you said.
The Gate is the mountain, I'm pretty sure.
That's number 2 or 21?
21.
Yes.
Which I do believe is the mountain card. I'm getting out my handy dandy little thing here just to be sure. That's the one that throws me off a little bit here. 21, the Gate is the mountain. That's
all
correct.
Right.
So it's a Halloween themed Lenormand, so I'll try to let you know which cards are which. I also have the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot today. There's a nice card to show from that deck.
And that's
I love
the
back
back
of that
and
deck.
And we have the Seven of Swords. And most of the images, in fact, all of them with the exception of just a couple, are actually images from stories that were written by Edgar Allan Poe.
Right.
So it's
an
very
awesome,
cool deck if you're a collector.
Multi-layered deck, definitely worth collecting. Also have the Whimsical Halloween Tarot by Kipling West. Also, I didn't mention...
The Ace of Pumpkins?
Yeah.
Cute.
Nice cats on the back. I didn't mention that the artwork on the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot is by Eugene Smith. And finally, Elizabeth Alba art and Deborah Blake book. We have the Everyday Witch Tarot.
There's the back, and then the Ten of Wands from that deck. And that's nice, too. I really like the line quality and the coloring. It's very precise, and it just fits all together.
I love this deck. I only wish the backs were more conducive for reading upright or reversed.
That's true, right.
You can tell when they're upright or reversed.
Somebody's tempted to make sure it's always upright.
Yeah, somebody is
we
tempted
have discussed
to do
this.
That. I won't mention names. But there's an O there.
Thank you, everyone, for the nice compliments on the cards.
So that's what we've got, and we're going to get the show on the road, starting with Divine You.
So we tried to change the setting here a little bit because we wanted to have more room for the cats and shuffling because we were tired of always pushing them away. We're going to see how that works out for us.
Yeah, I think if more than one comes up, it's going to be problematic. But for now, it's okay. And it's nice to see Sassy for once. She doesn't come along too often.
My little baby. Yes, you are.
What is all the politics cooking at my work? The areas I need to be careful of. Okay. That's a good question. Let's grab...
Workplace stuff can really be a hassle sometimes. I mean, I've had both. I've had the most wonderful friends and coworkers, people who really nurtured me and mentored me, but mostly nurtured me because they were just usually people from other departments. So I was on my own with that part. But then I've also had the worst too, where I've felt I have lived in really divisive workplaces and people just seem to be either jealous or trying to make life harder for you. I've had the micromanager once or twice. Things like that.
Hey, libraries like anywhere else, there is politics.
The sassy paws, yes indeed. Someday when we get going, we're probably going to sell T-shirts with the cats on them or something like that. Yeah, who knows?
We talked about that. What merchandise? Oh, of course, the cats, the stars of the show.
Oh, yeah. Didn't we say like one of them would be sunny and it says, feeling cute might predict the end of the world? I don't know.
Yeah, like, we thought about doing that meme, doing a meme with Sunny.
Whoopsie.
I can't, in some ways, retirement will be just a way I can spread my creative wings and fly. I love what I do cataloging, but it can really dampen the creative side of you sometimes.
Oh, we'll have
because
an announcement
it is so analytical.
About our creative actions soon, but let's do our reading first.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So this is for you, Divine.
Wow, Divine. This is very interesting. The first card we pull kind of says it all for you. That's a 9 of Swords, upright. But I want you to know there's something hopeful here. We have the Ace of Cups, upright. And then we have the 8 of Swords, reversed.
Wow, I love this. This has a lot to say for you. Because it seems to me like, yes, the condition basically promotes a lot of mental anguish or feeling on your part. It may not be necessarily all just for yourself. You may be feeling like a gestalt of pain that a number of people might be feeling, or hardship.
I was just going to say you might want to slide them a little more over that way, that Ace of Cups, or get the camera better.
That's not good?
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's just we can't get that last card too well.
That's right.
Well, that's why I thought maybe a little more that way. There.
Well, I told you. But
and Sassy is leaving
and now
the
Sassy
area.
Leaves. But the Ace of Cups sort of says that there is something really good there, or something will change soon. Aces usually are beginnings of new things, so it could mean that this is a change, a beginning of a new thing, something that feels a lot more pleasurable or caring people, something like that. And I'm wondering if it's because of this card, the reversed 8 of Swords, which literally, because it's from Poe's story, The Premature Burial, which was a story about a person who was incredibly afraid he was going to be buried alive. So in this position, and it ended up better, I guess, but I think there were some other complications of the story. But this position says somebody being released from a situation they don't feel they can escape from. That's the meaning I'm getting from this card in this view. It may not be exactly the way some people look at the reversed 8 of Swords, but I'm saying this is like escaping a bad situation. So maybe in context, it may mean that maybe you're going to move to somewhere else that will not be so painful to you. Banshee, I've been hogging the mic here.
You have. I've been waiting patiently. So, I'm looking at this Divine You, and I could read this a couple of ways. One of the ways is this. You have, here comes trouble. Nope, don't go there. Come here. Yeah, stay here.
The best laid plans of cats and
Good
card
boy.
readers.
See? Keep that away. All right, so Sunny has arrived. But Divine You, I look at that 9 of Swords and I think, you've had a lot, that has just been wearing on your brain, and you're stressed and you're worried, and it's very disruptive to you what's been going on. One could say it can keep you up at night. I've had situations like that. So, but let's look at that 8 of Swords. I'm sorry, let's pop to the 8 of Swords here. So there's two things I look at when I see this card. I think that maybe this cycle is going to break. People are going to break out of this cycle. And that might be what the Ace of Cups is about. Or you yourself has to break yourself out of this cycle. Instead of all the worry, fear of the acclaim and stuff that you're not getting, you need to shower that love and care on yourself. And also act to others in a loving and caring manner, regardless of what you get back. Because that is the way things should be. Don't act the way they want to make you respond and act. Act the way you know that things should be. And that's the way it is. And at the end of the day, look in the mirror and you can feel like, better about yourself being that way than falling into the trap of all the negative talk, and also letting it affect you. If you know you are doing the right things, then don't let the other stuff get to you. Don't let it bring you down, because there is a lot of love and tenderness here from some source, and I feel like it's what you need to show to yourself. You need to begin to end that cycle within yourself of allowing them to ruin you emotionally. And you know what? If that also means breaking free and finding another job, ultimately, then so be it.
That was beautiful, Banshee. Patton, we kind of are the ones in charge of the list, so we think we're up to date with it. We just don't have a way of displaying it in the chat room for people to reflect on. We've heard that we may be able to do something either with the Nightbot or the Streamlabs to do that, so we will be pursuing that at some point.
Well, or if Patton moderates in the future, that's great. I'll tell you what, Patton, I'm going to go over the list in just a minute, so
and then you'll have it.
Yeah, you'll have it. I see Libra has come in, and that's somebody I have to add, so...
I thought Libra came in a while ago. Maybe not.
No.
All
she
right.
just said hi.
Hi, Libra. I know, it seems like only a few hours
ago. We just saw you, yeah. In my
it seems like just
matters.
a little while ago.
So let me throw a couple Lenormand on this Divine You, and we can move on. Just 1 second. I am looking for my Lenormand cards right now. What did I do with
You missed Sassy. She was here, and then she finally went away.
Sonny wouldn't happen to be on my Lenormand cards, would he? Because I don't... Oh, wait. No. I hid them from him. I hid them from me, too. All right.
Our adorable kitties. Yes, yes, yes.
No matter what we do to try to save the camera, we will never have space to shuffle, apparently. But all right. See what we got here. And we appreciate your help, Patton, so that would be great if you can keep track of people coming in.
I know it won't always be possible, though, because this is kind of like a later time for you, so...
Yeah, unless you can hang with us, but, I'm sure you'll keep us in a good place. Well, Divine You, I've got the Dark Heart, which is just basically the heart in this deck. And then I've got the Mountains. And, I think this really does speak to the obstacles you have in front of you to getting to a place of love and caring and kindness at your workplace. There are obstacles, definitely.
Is that because this one's first, or how are you reading
it? You put them that way, and I really like to see it the opposite, because that's the way I drew them.
I see. Well, I thought you showed me the heart first, so...
I did.
I'm going from right to left.
I'm not.
Okay, then.
Sorry. But anyway, the Dark Heart was first, and then the Mountains. So it's basically saying there are a lot of obstacles to overcome to get to that point. And, I hate to say this all the time, because I know against bullies or people who are not playing fair, it's not always that easy to be above all of that and to be the bigger person. But I think in this case, for your own sanity and security of your own emotional health, you need to do that. You need to not fall into their trap of negative behavior.
Well, I would agree with that mostly, and I also feel, too, that sometimes the best remedy is just to try to ignore them, and it's very hard, but that's kind of what I do, especially when I was younger, and I was in some bully situations, and I would just try my best to ignore them. At least it helps a little bit.
Well, okay, Divine You, we will. Thank you very much for that. Also, I want to tell people...
Oh, thank you.
We thought we had this thing set up that when people donate to us, it will pop up on screen. But right now, apparently, the only thing that will pop up is subscribers, new subscribers. It's something to do with Streamlabs and how we have our PayPal set up and how we're accepting donations. I don't know if you have to go directly to Streamlabs to get that bell and whistle to go off. But once we learn these tools more, hopefully, we'll be able to figure it out.
I just got the confirmation in our Gmail. Thank you so much, Divine You. We really appreciate that.
Thank you, Divine You.
Appreciate very much.
We do appreciate it. Donations, are just that. Don't feel obligated, everybody.
No, of course not.
But I will say, every little bit right now goes to making our business bank account solvent, because we need to keep a bottom line in there before, so they won't charge us fees. So, but we're getting there, and also we will be opening for business very, very soon. I know I keep saying that, but there are going to be some reading announcements real soon on Twitter, Facebook, etc. Okay, so that's what we have for you, and I am going to go over the list right now, Patton.
All right.
Okay, so we're done with Divine You. Levi is next on the list, and then Angel Mary, Kayla, Esoterics, KC, Aaliyah, MD Tahira Sultana, Angel Rivera, Patton, Laura, Sanjib, and Libra Cusp.
You might have went fast, so hopefully you get that.
We could tell it again, but I'll go through it one more time. That was Levi, Angel Mary, Kayla, Esoterics, KC, Aaliyah, Tahira Sultana, Angel Rivera, Patton, Laura, Sanjib, and Libra Cusp.
Thank you.
Banshee's in Aries and with Gemini rising, so I talk fast. I talk real fast.
And we have our question from Levi.
Let's see what we've got.
Okay, let's do that with the Mermaid Tarot.
Okay, well, let's do that. I think we could do a yes-no on that.
Yeah, and then see if we need to do more.
Well, we'll do Lenormand.
But the Mermaid Tarot is really nice for things that are more emotional and loving, but it also has some whimsical qualities, too. And like in a similar way to what we were talking about earlier with your review of the In-Between Tarot, it sort of takes a softer image of some of the kings and more masculine images in the court cards, and it makes them mermaids. So there are a couple mermen, but mostly it's mermaids.
I see, Patton. That's okay. I think we've got it, but definitely go ahead and do your workout. You're inspiring me. And now we have two cats on the table.
It must be in the stars, because I kept telling myself over the last few days that this Monday, tomorrow here, I really wanted to start up trying to exercise more, because I don't go to the gym anymore, and I'm starting to get a little flabby, so I'm not liking that.
Some of you in the States may have seen the story that our governor, apparently the lawsuit that the Republicans threw on the governor is now stripping her of her emergency authority. And already the leader of the Senate in Michigan has said he is not going to make masks a mandate anymore. And I'm extremely disappointed with that. But at the same time, a couple of counties have taken it upon themselves to make their own mask mandates for their counties. So it is what it is.
All right.
And it's very unfortunate. All right, you want me to count them out?
Yes, please.
See if I can. 1. Okay, there's 1.
Mm-hmm.
You could just move it so it's out of the way. Could you? Yeah, thank you. Move it to your side. I just want a broom. 2.
1 ace.
4. Okay, that's not an ace. Knight of Pentacles reversed is the second card. Okay, there's another ace. It's I would say it's leaning towards yes strongly, but we have that Knight of Pentacles reversed. So what I would say is that it might be a while before you see them again. There's a possible delay involved, I feel, because that's kind of
It may be that these are the kind of situations that are going to develop a little bit slowly and maybe a little bit overly cautious. This may be a situation where somebody, I don't know that they're overly cautious per se, but they just may have a sluggishness nature, or maybe the gestalt between all of you are somewhat slower. So I think it's going to happen. It's just going to take more time. We are coming up to a colder time of the year. I'm not sure if this applies to you, but, with fall and colder winter activities around the corner, the likelihood that people are going to be able to engage outdoors is going to diminish a little bit too.
Yeah, that's a good point as well. With this environment, it's really difficult right now for socializing and social gatherings. We recognize that. And we see what happens when people do get too close together, like that White House event. It seems like a lot of people are coming down with the virus from that event, and it's unfortunate. But, these things have to be taken seriously right now.
So this could be about your daughter's hesitancy, possibly. It sort of is a card of somebody that wants to move slower or feels they need to move slower, or it's just more natural to them. So like I said before, there was a cautiousness there. I didn't think that was the biggest aspect, but maybe it is. So we're going to have Banshee pull the Lenormand on that too.
And I took you off the list, Patton, but if you change your mind, let me know.
Absolutely. And for those who might be interested, Sassy has returned, and she's sitting over to the side of my cards. She's just kind of checking it out.
I was really shy as a child. It wasn't easy for me to make friends.
A lot of this is how I started coming out of my shell, because it just kind of gave me a different focus away from thinking about myself too much. I was very self-conscious.
So we have the skeleton key here, which is basically the key. And then we have the coffin card. And really what this is saying to me is the key might be something coming to an end. Maybe a lot of these quarantine things, a lot of these restrictions. I think that things will be a lot smoother once things come to an end. But unfortunately, like COVID, but unfortunately that may not happen immediately. It could very well be that something else that's keeping them from getting back together, right now with you guys has to come to an end. Maybe it's something in their personal life.
Well, because you've indicated that maybe it's more on your daughter's side, maybe the key is that really she needs to, let some of that behavior end, being scared or being overly cautious. I'm just suggesting it. I don't really know her well enough to indicate that. But just a secondary thought there that just basically something has to change, or finding out what has to change. Because to me, the key sometimes is like you open a door and you see something you didn't see before. So it's finding out something. At least that's how I've looked at it.
Okay.
So that's what we had, Levi. Thank you very much for the question. Good luck.
Good luck with the new friends. Because I think it will happen.
Hi, Violet Ann.
Hey, Violet Ann. Welcome. So, Angel Mary, you are up. And after Angel Mary will be Kayla, Esoterics, KC, Aaliyah, Tahira Sultani, Angel Rivera, Laura, Sanjib, Libra Cusp, and Violet Ann.
All right.
You're welcome, Levi.
Yes.
Makes you joyful and brings you prosperity. I like that. Well, Mr. O, we're going to bring out my confusing Halloween deck.
Oh, dear.
It has those different suits, but I think I've got it now.
Say hi to everybody.
That is Sassy, who's joined us today.
Say
We've
hi,
made
girl.
a little more room to accommodate the kitties.
She's almost in a coma, I think.
I did not give them catnip today.
She's just resting.
It's a gloomy day here. Uh-oh.
See, I shouldn't have called. Thank you, Sunman. You're loved too. We love you too. Yes, we do.
Over here, Sonny.
Come lay down.
Come on, over here. There you go. Now it's like yin and yang kitties here in a way.
Oh, let's...
I'll let you shuffle. Oh, so, good question. See how I am? Hold on a minute. You should be on the list to sell, but you are not.
I don't remember Estelle being here.
I do.
There it is.
Okay, so.
Oh, and Estelle even said happy anniversary. Thank you.
So Estelle came in.
Let's let Patton figure it out.
I've got it figured out after. Hang on.
Kidding.
I know where. After Angel Rivera. So actually, Estelle, you'll be taking the spot of Patton because I had Patton in there. So basically, that's where we'll put you. Thanks, Estelle. I'm glad
yes,
you
thank
caught
you. We
that.
appreciate that.
All right, I'm trying to think here. They're all pumpkins, which is basically Pentacle cards, which is about work. We have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. We have the Eight of Pentacles upright. We have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Wow, this is really an interesting reading for this card for what you should go into.
Well, it seems to me like it's definitely something you might be in some sort of internship or apprenticeship or taking some sort of mentoring or course of study or being directed to learn a skill or to fine-tune a skill.
Is that the 8 you're reading that way? Okay.
Right.
Well, I'm looking at the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And I'm wondering if this is telling me about jobs that you would not be interested in taking, in a way. I wonder if this is steering you away from things to have to do with some real heavy corporate influence or finance, and that maybe you would excel at something more active and physical.
Hands-on.
Yeah, hands-on for sure, but also could be related to healthcare or maybe more, I'm thinking about that because of all the pentacle influence and earth influence here.
Mm-hmm.
On one hand, we have reversals in here, and the other hand, we have it upright. And I'm just thinking that maybe that's saying business and industry is really not where you want to hang your hat. You want to hang your hat where you can really get your hands on things. And that could be direct person-to-person contact, maybe. That's why I'm thinking like healthcare field or something like that where you are helping somebody in some way, as opposed to being part of a, how should I say this, a machine, you know?
Interesting. To me, with what I get with the Knight of Pentacles or Pumpkins reversed is kind of what you're saying, Banshee, that from those things that are considered more traditional jobs, maybe just more, regular jobs, labor jobs, retail jobs, things like that, that there's really no movement towards that. It just sort of seems like that's the last thing you want to do, really. You just sort of kind of trying to keep that away. Yet at the same time, some things with the Queen of Pentacles is talking about creative function, and maybe it's saying, it's sort of corroborating what this is that you need to find ways to gain more talent or skill, possibly in hands-on creative things, or like Banshee mentioned, life nurturing things like healthcare.
So I do think that you want a job that
Hi,
you're
January girl.
Yeah, I see that, January girl. It's good to see you. We're celebrating our anniversary of our first date. 44 years.
Every time you say that, we have to take another drink.
Oh, gosh. At any rate, it's something you really want to be able to, it's something that you want to engage you. You want to just be able to dive in and get to work. You don't want, a lot of things interfering with that. You want to be, maybe it's indicative too of being, in business for yourself and not others. I think we might have to explore this in some other way with you sometime, because this is kind of strange. Let me take a look and see if we get a clue with the Lenormand card of maybe something more specific. I'm not sure this will help or not.
Well, I sort of feel sometimes that when you have jobs that are journeyman, or internship, apprenticeship, they are preparing for you to be leading or deploying in your own field as opposed to just being a unit within a field. So I'm thinking that supports kind of what you're saying, about not liking the traditional, work for the man or work in the office kind of thing. All right, Bansh, what you got?
Okay, so I got the Headless Horseman. And then I've got the Poison Ring. So...
Which is really the ring.
Yes.
And that's really the rider.
Well, the rider often means news and messages, so I don't know if maybe you want to get into a communications field. That's a possibility when I see that card there. But it also looks as though you might be working in a partnership with someone. That maybe working on your own is not the way to go, but working in a partnership. Or you might want to make a commitment to something that involves communication or travel, because the rider is on a horse, and that could also indicate a job where maybe you work out of a variety of locations. Maybe you go and meet people at certain areas to do presentations, etc. So I'm sorry this is a little bit vague, but I'm kind of leaning away from something where it would be drudgery kind of work, like factory work or financial work where you have to analyze a lot of numbers and you sit there and, it makes your head spin. It's more creative, it's more hands-on, it's more with people, and maybe a little bit of travel involved.
What I think here is that news is coming to you that maybe will be about a possibility of something you want to do. A partnership, perhaps, like Banshee suggests. But I am thinking that if you're holding out, if you can be holding out, there is news coming to you about this possible offer. It would be something that would pretty much indicate it's a commitment on your part to get involved with it. So like I said, it could be involving also some sort of activity that relates to a study or a coursework towards this, learning this skill or this thing.
I don't recall seeing our little cat pop up, do you? Because we did get another subscriber. Hey, Josephine. Oh, I don't know why you didn't get a notification. Have others had that problem today?
Oh, I don't know.
Hey, Justin, we've got a list, though, and I can put you on the list, but we're reading cards in order for people. That's really terrible. I'm sorry to hear that.
We might have to let the producer behind the producer,
I think
Josephine, take a look at some of that.
We noticed that a couple of things are off. Some of our bells and whistles aren't working today, so I'm not sure. We'll check into that.
Yeah, thanks for letting us know.
Justin, we will probably get to you, but it's going to be a little ways down the list. So if you can't wait, you might want to check towards the end of our live stream. We're on till 4 p.m. and we'll probably go into a little overtime today. So check it out there and you'll be able to watch the video. We'll do something for you definitely.
Yeah, we'll definitely read for you and it will be on the video. So if you can't watch it now, you should be able to find it later.
Yeah. You're very welcome, Angel Mary. Good luck. Good luck with that. And we are on...
You're welcome.
Kayla now. Kayla, you are up. And then Esoterics.
Okay, Justin, you can wait.
KC, Aaliyah, Tahira Sultana, Angel Rivera, Acel, Laura, Sanjib, Libra Cusp, Violet Ann, and Justin. And we're going to cut it off with Justin tonight, just in case. Anybody who comes in after Justin may not get a full reading from us today. Maybe we'll be able to draw a card. Okay. So let's see what is going on. You're welcome, Justin. Really, Casey? All right, then. Well, Casey, I could put you at the bottom if you change your mind. I'll just switch your spots.
Okay.
And
Thanks,
we'll put
Casey.
Justin there. Thank you, Casey. That's very nice of you.
You're not your lively self? You haven't joked to me about my beret or anything, Casey.
He feels slighted when you don't mention his berets, KC. What can I say?
Okay. Thanks, Violet Ann. I just sort of think there are random issues on occasion. We had a random issue of our own, which Patton noticed last night. That
we went live.
I accidentally went live.
To.
And thank you for letting us know, Patton, because I was able to delete that.
Oh my gosh. He says it's not funny, your beret. That's why.
Oh, if I drink enough, it might be.
Oh, God. Anyway, all right then. So Angel Mary asked, I'm sorry, is it Angel Mary? It's Kayla. Kayla asked about what message do the deceased parents have for her. So let's see. All right.
See, Angel Rivera got it. Interesting. The notification.
Yeah. So it seems a little hit and miss with the notifications lately, Josephine. That may be something we can't control. It's a YouTube thing. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Just in case anybody else is wondering.
Oh, but I have definitely...
These are our normal times. Our Thursdays, 7 to 9 Eastern Standard, and Sundays, 2 to 4.
I have definitely added you to the list, Josephine, under Violet Ann. So you'll be on the list.
Okay.
We'll get to you today. Okay.
Who are we on?
Oh, is that my sweater? Why, thank you. I assume because
Not
he's wearing
funny?
a t-shirt.
It's not funny. It's nice.
It's not. My sweater is nice. It's not funny. I think it's very gorgeous.
Okay, never mind. I'm off my beam here.
Anyway. Are we using one of your decks? I thought we might for this one.
What's the question?
The question is about deceased parents and what their thoughts are.
Oh, okay.
What message?
I'm sorry.
What message they have for Kayla?
I don't even remember who we're on. Kayla. Okay. Sorry about that.
I think methinks maybe the toast was not a good idea.
I don't drink very often, so oops. And guess what? I can't use this deck because it's all messed up, so I'm going to use the Night Sun. I somehow mixed the cards inappropriately over there.
Across the streams. Look at how gorgeous Sunny looks in the camera.
Hi, Sunny. Hello there. Aww.
Yeah, so we got a few kinks and bugs to work out still with that, unfortunately. I'm sure there's many more kinks and bugs along the way that are going to happen.
Yeah, we were also trying a couple things from Streamlab. Our son suggested that, our producer's son. And I know that Violet Ann and other folks are using Streamlabs too. So we're not sure if it's just conflicting with other things or what. We're kind of a moron when it comes to some tech.
Well, we will get better because...
We have to.
I do plan on learning this stuff once I have more time.
So we're doing a count?
Yes. Wait a minute. No, it's what they thought of. I'm sorry. Yeah, there was no yes/no question there, dear.
All right, so we have our 3 cards. We have the 4 of Swords, and that's reversed. And then we have the Moon. And the Moon is upright. These cards have a dark imagery to them, the Night Sun Tarot. And then we have Strength, Major Arcana 11.
So what message do your deceased parents have for you right now? Well, I think that there are some things that are yet to be revealed. There are some things they have not revealed to you yet. That I think is indicated by the Moon. There's still some things that need to come to light. But some of the things that I think they wish to share with you right now is, they realize you have a lot of inner strength in reserve and that you can bounce back after difficulties. The 4 of Swords is reversed, which indicates kind of a bounce back from maybe a recuperation or a time where you needed to lie low. Maybe things were not going well, so you retreated. It could be because of health reasons. It could be because of other reasons. And, that you have such incredible strength. They recognize you have the strength to persevere through those very, very tough moments.
Well, some people think that, at least in this hemisphere, I know it's the different in Australia or New Zealand, but that this time of year, close to Halloween, a veil thins between the spirit world and the material world. Some of that could be summed up by the moon, but I think more likely it's also summed up by that Four of Swords and saying that this is a time maybe when that interface between those departed may feel closer to us, that maybe they're coming back a little way. So I want you to understand that as just their care and your care for them too. But like Banshee says, I think they're saying more is yet to be revealed, or that maybe there is something you will be finding out that they want you to know, that they will be fundamental in. And
Very
in general,
good.
they want you, to take heart, because strength is really about the strength of your heart. And they want to give you that too. They want to give you that.
No, okay, I didn't want to interrupt you. I feel that he hit on something there also with the moon. It might be telling me, that Kayla, you should look to your dreams, look for signs and synchronicities that may be messages from them. Does something cross your path that has some significance that brings them back to mind? Is there some way, like, for example, with my mom or my aunts, it might be a rose on the ground or rose petals, because they, in their Catholic tradition, used to do novenas to St. Teresa. And roses were like the answers to novenas that they always look for. So I always remember that about them, and whenever I see a rose, I think of them. So there might be some special ways that they will be trying to communicate with you, that they are with you, and that they want you to know something. So pay attention to that, most definitely. And I see we have a new person, Jasmine. Hey, Jasmine. We'll put you on the list, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to get to you today. If we don't, we will throw one card for you at the end of the show. But we've got quite a big list, and I've put you at the bottom of that list.
Ooh. Thanks for your comments, Violet Dan.
Sunny is watching me shuffle. Interesting. So we have, this is interesting. Again, we have the ghost ship, which is the ship in the Lenormand. And then we have the blood moon, which is the moon. Wow. So I get this feeling that you are definitely going to get some messages from them. And it's possibly through your dreams. There is something that is going to be sent your way. It seems it's drifting towards you.
Yes, you have two moons.
Yeah.
And the moon is always about intuition, dreams, psychic phenomena, finding out stuff. Sometimes for other readings, it may be an indication of love coming, but not always. The ship is about traveling, right?
It is in a way, but what kind of traveling? Is it astral travel? Maybe you could meet them on the astral plane. I don't know if you do any astral traveling work, but that is a possibility. And that's why, again, I'm thinking something key might happen in a dream. And remember now, at this time of year, the veil is thin between the worlds, so it's possible more psychic messages may be coming through.
It seems like both of us are hearing from a number of people, either on our Twitter or our Facebook, about people visiting or seeing other people that they know in their dreams, or feeling like they were visited by someone they know in their dreams, threatened.
Well, there was that, yeah.
To be visited.
Okay, so I'm going to go over the list again. Kayla, that's what we have for you. Good. I'm glad to give you some news here that it looks like some communication will be coming. And also the message that they did have for you, how strong you are, how resilient, and how you can pick yourself up, and get back to the swing of things after your difficult periods. So we have Esoterics now is up, and then Justin, Aaliyah, Tahira Sultana, Angel Rivera, Acel, Laura, Sanjib, Libra Cusp, Violet Ann, Josephine, Casey, and Jasmine.
All right.
Sanel, I can add you, Sanel, but we have a pretty big list today. We'll just have to see how it goes. Some people, you know how it goes, so we might be able to fit you in.
Right. Or at the very least, we will pull at least one card.
Relationship and love. Yeah, absolutely. Get your mermaid deck.
All right.
Mr. O. I'm going to eat one of the pumpkin candy corns. You either love them or hate them. It's almost like cilantro. A lot of people either love it or they hate it. I always loved candy corn.
You're welcome, Kayla.
You're welcome, Kayla. Well.
Oh, your working area.
Mm-hmm. He's all over the place. Look at him stretching out here. It's a good thing we moved that camera. I think we've got a pretty good system here now.
This might work. I'll take a candy too.
Okay, what's going on in love? The Four of Wands is reversed. Well, the Three of Pentacles is reversed. And the Devil is upright. An interesting combination indeed.
Mermaid Devil.
Do you want to go?
Something's fishy about that.
Well, I mean, I could go or you could go.
Well, the Four of Wands reversed is one of those cards that tends to be okay either way. It may be a slight diminishment of value. And what I see with the Four of Wands, usually one way or the other, is still, it is a time of heightened emotions and happiness. It is a time for looking at some plans coming to fruition, perhaps, or seeing other people's too, seeing connections between other people or within yourself or your life. But then we have the Three of Pentacles reversed, and that may be saying to me that on the other hand, there's some work to be done. There's some problems, maybe not so much financially, but maybe in somehow somebody is looking and saying, well, you could be applying your talents better, or maybe they see you struggling, but maybe they're not always understanding that. Like maybe there's somebody being more critical. Did you want to jump in?
Which one was that again?
I said that was the Three of Pentacles.
Oh, Three of Pentacles. That's right. I said it actually, too. All right. So, yeah, esoterics, I look at that Four of Wands reversed, and it is not a bad thing. Oftentimes, I look at it as, maybe not a lot of huge bells and whistles in relationships, but that, it's a time to really take in and enjoy the simple pleasures of being with a partner or partners, and take it as it comes. Let it flow naturally. Enjoy simple things, simple pleasures, walks in the park, things of that nature, rather than, va-va-voom is sort of things right now. And just let things flow in that natural, happy, pleasant manner. The Three of Pentacles reversed indicates to me that if you're with a partner right now, it might be that, some things are kind of a worry financially, or maybe with somebody's job, some income, or just the fact that, they're too worried about what's going on with them in a place of employment right now. Are they getting recognition? Are they getting rewards? Are they getting paid? It might just be something related to that. If you're thinking about other relationships, it might be that, more work needs to be done to solidify a relationship you might be, wanting to go a step further. Now, the Devil seems to indicate to me there's some kind of attraction going on here. It's very physical, I think, and very sensual. And so it kind of flies in the face of that Four of Wands a little bit here. But maybe this is a cautionary tale here to not be too obsessed with that aspect of the relationship. And really enjoy the relationship for more of these simpler things about it.
Well, there's that Devil, as I want to call this thing, it is fishy, you know that. But so that's watery in a way. But I think too that the idea here is that Maybe there are things you just want to let go a little bit in terms of where you see problems or situations that are codependent. Maybe it's really about just going easy, at least at this time, that it's okay to have some codependencies right now because times are really tough emotionally for a lot of people. And so sometimes I'm thinking it's okay to hunker down and give in to your appetites like candy corn.
Hey, Merwin, welcome. We're going to do a toast to our anniversary in front of you since you've joined us just to hang out. We're celebrating, tomorrow is our 44th year anniversary of our first date. What a shocker. Seems like just yesterday. Kidding. Well, also esoterics, I look at that devil again and I look at that Four of Wands and reversed and I'm thinking, this in a way is what you maybe really desire right now, but this is in a way where you're at. And I think that, or where you should be, I should say, really enjoying the simple pleasures of the relationship and not focusing so much on that hot stuff. If that makes sense at all.
But I think it's okay to give yourself a little license right now.
Well, because he's a Scorpio.
There is that. So you got something in the Lenormand?
I do.
Thank you, Merwin. Thank you, Libra.
Okay, so what do we have here? We have the book, which is the Book of Shadows in this spooky Lenormand. And then we have the Haunted House.
Which is the house.
So in a love relationship, maybe it's saying, I don't know, this might be talking about a partner or somebody that you live with and that you are going to find out something that will deepen potentially those ties between that person. But if it's somebody else outside of the home environment that you're looking at here, I do feel like you will find out some information that will make you feel really comfortable with this person, really at home, like maybe this could be the one.
Well, of course, thanks for saying that. This devil does perhaps represent the physical intensity of your feelings, the relationship in general. To me, the book is always about opening it up and finding something you hadn't seen, being led to a discovery of a sort. So I'm thinking that it's just saying what you discover is what is in your home. And your home is figurative as well as literal. Your home maybe is the embodiment of the intensity of your feelings, but also the knowledge of enjoying the simpler things, as Banshee calls it. I only differ with Banshee a little bit in the sense that I think that the Three of Pentacles could just say that one or more people in the relationship may be feeling a little bit of scrutiny or a little bit of, I don't think it's arguments. It's just sort of like a focusing on where you're at with your skills and how they deploy them. And so maybe that provokes a little bit of concern. But overall, I think it's what you find out very soon that says there is love.
That's what we have for you, esoterics.
I hope that helps.
I'm going to take a moment to catch up with some of the chat commentary here real quickly because I think it was fun.
Oh, okay.
So I just wanted to say that, oh wait, so now wrote their question, is that right? Let me see. Oh no, okay, never mind.
I'll show Sunny.
We added Sonal to the list, that's what it was. But I wanted to say about the cilantro thing, I love cilantro. I love candy corn and cilantro, Angel. As a matter of fact, but I know some people who absolutely hate it, but I love it. It just tastes awesome. It just brings, to me, a freshness to the dishes.
We're going about this in the wrong direction. We could make our money on cilantro-flavored candy corn. Yes.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But the other comment, which I thought was absolutely a hoot, was when somebody talked about you possibly getting tipsy on the wine, KC said it was the beret and maybe it was too tight. That was awesome. I had to acknowledge that one. That was great, guys.
I've had to remove one of them. It's not this one. The green one's a little tighter around my fat head.
So, hey, Justin, are you still with us? If you're here, Justin, it is your turn. And then Aaliyah, Tahira Sultana, Angel Rivera, Asel, Laura, Sanjib, Libra Cusp, Violet Ann, Josephine, Jasmine, and Sanel. And KC will fit you in if you want one.
Thanks, Esoterics. I know I said that before, but thank you. Appreciate that. All right. So we're doing Justin now.
Oh, Morning Glory Seeds. Wow.
What's that about?
I've known a couple, actually, Angel. I have. It beats me, but I just love this stuff. And I remember somebody pointed out an article to me about it, which literally said, you either love cilantro or you hate it. And as for celery, Casey, I do love celery. I would eat it, but I mostly have to eat it cooked because it's just too hard on my teeth.
All right.
Oh, yeah, going. Justin. I remember.
Okay. What do you want to use?
You're an Aries. I'm an Aries, Justin. All right. Let's see what's going on. Go ahead and use that one, sure. And then we'll go back to my decks, Mr. O. Well, this is a serious question, Justin, and I just want to remind you, we're only tarot readers. We are not medical people. Seek out help as far as COVID goes, and I know you probably have been. It's probably a very crazy time because this is so new. So my heart is with you. Why am I seeing what happened here? Okay.
I'm sorry. Is there a lot of them?
Yeah.
Okay, let's use another deck.
We'll use another deck.
I thought I had straightened them out.
No, I don't know what happened.
Well, I was working on it before, so I thought I think it was only those. It's fine. I'm tipsy. My cards are all
His cards are reflecting that. No. Well, do we want to... I don't know if I want to ask a yes-no on whether you will survive this year, but we're going to throw 3 cards first to see what we get in regards to your situation. All right, shuffle away. Now, never give up. They're coming out with more things about this virus all the time, but getting it 3 times, that is pretty astounding. I'm definitely in a risk group of overweight and asthma, and and some gastrointestinal issues, which of course puts me at a pretty high risk for this. So I take it very seriously. I wish everybody would. Well, that's good news. Well, Justin, I'm going to say that we pulled some really good cards here. Temperance, for one, is good, but we'll get to that. The 10 of Wands reversed actually is the way I'd rather see this card. And then we have the Lovers. So, Temperance is one of balance and harmony and peace. I think, you have to find that peace. Meditate, relax, do what you can to try to get yourself out of that stressful state of mind that you're in right now. And I know that's easier said than done, but the more you can do to try to bring yourself into alignment, with the harmony and the health that you want to have, the better. I think Temperance is indicative of that. We'll go card by card on this one.
Well, I sort of feel like I want to talk about this one first in relationship to that, because I think that what you're talking about happens when you are able to release a little bit more of the responsibilities you have that maybe take up too much time while you're fighting this thing. As much as possible, when you can kind of create space for the work you have to do on healing yourself. And I think, like Banshee says, that includes really working with your inner modalities, working with your peace of mind, trying to bring calmness and serenity to your life, because all those things are not going to help. And I know it sounds like a platitude, but it's just you need to make yourself feel better and not worry so much.
Okay, let me catch up, because I agree with him on that Ten of Wands card. Looking at it just slightly differently, well, maybe not actually. I do feel that you need to release some of the burdens you have. So if there's any way, like, I don't know if you're on a medical leave, if you're working right now, or if you're retired, but whatever burdens that you are carrying, you have to let them go for a while and focus totally on you. And maybe you're doing some of that already, but it's showing that that is a step in the right direction, is to make sure the focus is on you and healing. And the Lover's card here, I love this card in the Lover's deck, because look at that symmetry there. Look at the cats. Look at everything is all in harmony here. And what the Lovers is about sometimes the choices that we make, and are they truly in our best interest? So what I would suggest is, this is maybe a call to you, Justin, to make sure that you are doing everything and anything to boost your immunity against this virus. Whatever the case may be. I have heard that vitamin D can be helpful in protecting, have a protective effect. I would look at the latest research out there, talk to doctors, maybe even talk to alternative health practitioners, and find out exactly what the types of things are that could help boost your immunity more to protect you from this.
And however possible that can be, and we don't know all the circumstances of your life, but being able to find and display love in your life will boost healing, feeling better emotions, even if there is no one that you specifically love deeply in your life. Just figure out what it is that you can say, I love unconditionally. Maybe it's a bird that always lands in a tree outside your house and you see it every day. Maybe it's something more involved than that. But you have to love life. You have to love life. And so if nothing else, love life at least, because it will boost you.
And if you can't, I understand, of course, if you're going through this crisis of, having the disease, you can't really be around people, but you can virtually. So feel free to reach out to people for support. Everybody is here for you. Feel free to talk to loved ones, whoever it is, and keep in touch. Don't feel like you're carrying all of this burden on your own. You need to get somebody to share it with you and talk with you about it freely. So keep those things in mind, those steps. And I'm going to throw some Lenormand and see what else we get.
I'm going to have another sip.
Oh, well, this was a very tough reading, Justin. And I want you to know that these three cards are very positive to me, in that it shows me I think you can overcome this. You have just been burdened with a heavier load than most people have. And I don't want you to give up hope. Wow. Okay. So the first card I drew was the Ball and Chain, which in this deck is the Anchor card. And I think this is interesting because it comes along with the Pumpkin card, which is the Clover card in this deck. And, I guess I could look at this two ways, Justin. It looks as though, fate just played a nasty trick on you, fate, luck, and has you stuck in this position that you are in right now. But also, I feel that fate or fortune could get you out of that and break that cycle. So, but don't totally rely on that. Remember, we create our own luck, don't we? Luck just doesn't come to me. I'm a lucky person. I've always said it. But, you know, you have to be able to do the right things at the right time, take some risks, take some necessary moves and maneuvers to get on the right track. So, in other words, if there are some studies going on that you have not been able to get into that are involving new therapies for the drug, maybe you should check into that and try to get involved in a study.
Very nice. I mean, I don't see much more there than that, but I sort of feel that these two cards combine with that card, because the idea here is that you may not know anybody that can really be reflective or reflect into, but it's fate. It's fate that you just need to figure out how to vibrate to a more loving vibration.
So Justin, I'm wishing you the best of luck with this.
We both are.
Hang in there. You know, we've all got to be careful. And for the rest of us out there, you know, Justin is showing us a very important lesson here. This disease takes very unpredictable courses with people. So do not take it for granted. Do not. My advice, and I definitely am not, for one. So thank you, Justin, for the question, and we wish you the best. And we're moving on to Aaliyah. Hey, Aaliyah, it is your turn. After Aaliyah is Tahira Sultana, Angel Rivera, Asel, Laura, Sanjib, Libra Cusp, Violet Ann, Josephine, Jasmine, and Sonal. Well, all right, let's do a yes/no on that one. Let me use my Halloween one for that.
I often believe that even if we didn't have, in fact, sometimes because we didn't have relations on the earthly plane, that some spirits who have a familial connection are looking for you. Some people believe that the grandparent that they never knew looks for them. And so you may want to consider that. That it is probably true just from that point of view.
Yep. I've got a whole cadre of masks here, Justin. I only go into my workplace once a week, which is good. And Mr. O only works, he's retired now, 15 hours a week. So we're being as careful as possible. I just wish the leaders in our governments would be more on the same page with this, you know, especially in the States here. Every state is doing something different, which I feel is not working very well. But I'm not going to get political, but I'm just saying this is, we're at some real turning points here with this virus, and it's not going well.
Well, you know, they say 100 years ago during the Spanish flu, people thought it was over and they were getting tired of being quarantined, and they went back into the open, and then more people were infected and had problems.
Boy, he is sacked out.
Yeah, I wonder what it is.
Time of day. We can't sleep most of the time.
It is a little rainy outside, too. That could be making him feel rainy. Maybe that's why I'm sleepy. No, it's the wine.
Okay. So, are we doing 3 cards on this, or are we doing a yes? I think we're doing a yes/no, didn't I say?
Yeah, I think you did.
Just want to know if he was specifically there and felt it. Let's see what we get with that. Wow, KC.
Thank you.
Well, we have two aces.
The
So
Ace
it's
of
leaning
Cups,
towards yes.
the Ace of Imps.
And then we have the Fool reversed, which is interesting here. I don't know that that reflects upon your panic attack, but it might be because maybe somebody felt you were taking maybe an unnecessary risk, or a risk that you maybe should have thought more carefully about. So they were there by your side during that time because they realized this was kind of difficult for you.
Well, I remember at the time you said you questioned whether or not you really should have done this. And I suppose that this is saying that somebody was there, your father perhaps, most likely, but that indeed your other reflection from then was that maybe your father was thinking you were going to do something foolish too. So that's why they were there. I'm not saying you were. We talked about that before. You know how we felt. That person needed you to do those things, I think. But it is just maybe provoking a sense of danger in a way, too, because it's that leap off of the cliff and not necessarily knowing what is going to pull you back up or what is going to cushion your fall.
Lenormand. Let's see what else we can add here. Thank you, Justin. Why anybody is my question. Why anybody? It's really sad that we could not, as a world, get behind this a lot quicker than we have. And at least save more lives and try to stop people from getting this. Even those who have not died, there are many who have. If they haven't gotten it 3 times like you, Justin, they're having lingering after effects. So, yeah, I don't know. And it's so different for different people. That is the $1 million question.
I think so. And I think that he just really didn't want you to do something you might regret.
Well, look at this.
I think he felt that you weren't acting from maybe some more instinctual part of yourself, though that's questionable on whether he was right on that. Stars?
Yeah, and then?
The deadly flowers.
Which are the lilies.
The lilies.
So I feel as though it just came to, it's clear with the stars. I feel there was some messages from some other realm. I'm just going to read this Lenormand card that way, Maybe they were there to try to inspire you and try to make you pull back a little bit on, lashing out. The deadly flowers, which is the lilies, sometimes has something to do with maturity or the lack thereof. So maybe they just, they might feel that you might have been operating out of a place of, this spontaneous thing that you threw out there, and it lacked a little bit of the mature response that was necessary.
They wanted to kind of keep you on the straight path.
Yeah, and we're hoping that they could see you through this.
Yeah.
That was a toughie, but that was a good question anyway, Aaliyah. Good luck with that situation. I hope it's working itself out. Hey, Tahira Sultana, if you are with us, it is your turn. Thank you for joining us, and glad you waited if you are here. And after that is Angel Rivera.
And you're welcome.
Acel, Laura, Sanjib, Libra Cusp, Violet Ann, Josephine, Jasmine, and Sanel. So we'll give Tahira Sultana a few moments to see if they're here. Dad, yes, I think your dad was being protective in a way. I do. I don't think he made you lash out at them like that, if that's maybe what you're getting at.
And like I said, I feel strongly, especially now because we're moving towards the Halloween season, that your father is connecting with you from the spirit. It may not be a real strong connection, but I get the feeling like he has always regretted not being more in your life. Maybe in a way you kind of did mean the world to him, even though he couldn't really express that.
Okay, another moment for Dr. Sultana, Tahira Sultana. Type your question. We're going to be coming back with Halloween haiku.
Yes, that's what I wanted to talk about. Our creative spurts are starting again.
Maybe.
Maybe. Last year we did literally like nearly a whole month of haiku. We did several haiku a week for all of the October and Halloween season.
Actually, I think we posted one almost every day. So it's not going to be that intense. We are thinking of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But it could be Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. We'll see as we get this first one together. And I have to get the templates together for it. But that's coming, and some readings will be coming soon. I'm going to be throwing out some Wheel of the Year readings. For those of you who practice the new year starting with Samhain, Halloween, that will be coming out through next fall equinox. And we will be posting prices for that very shortly. And we will have some smaller readings to offer as well, and some Lenormand offerings.
Limericks.
Limericks. Oh, KC. Halloween limericks. I would like that. Especially if they involve us.
The possibilities are endless.
No, Sanjib, there's, hold on a minute. I'll let you know. 1, 2, 3. Well, it looks like our doctor friend is gone. Dr. Tahira could not wait. I'll put them on the bottom just in case they show back up. If my pen will write. So, okay, here's the list. Now, we are on Angel Rivera, and then Acel, Laura, and then Sanjib, Libra Cusp, Violet Ann, Josephine, KC, Jasmine, Sanel, and Dr. Tahira if they return.
So who have we asked for?
It's Angel Rivera now.
Okay.
Who I know is in the room. Oh. Oh, gee, Angel. Okay, we'll get it. We'll wait.
He's fuzzing off.
Yes, he's losing hair. We must use that brush on him.
Mm-hmm.
We finally broke down and put our heat on because the nights were just too cold in here. It's really changed, but it's going to go back to the upper 60s next week during the days. 60 Fahrenheit, that is, and we'll be in the 70s next weekend.
And then tomorrow we are going somewhere.
Oh, you know what, guys? I have an announcement to make. Yes, we are. Okay, we survived the first 7 weeks of the term, starting the second 7-term week. So if I could get a look ahead this new week. Yes, absolutely. So let's see what's going on. Do you want one of your decks?
Sure. Let's just use the mermaids.
All right. We're going to pick up a second computer. I am buying Mr. O a new computer, laptop, because the other one is just about to bite the dust, our old one. And we really need 2 computers to do our business. So it's going to be our second Mac. Too bad Patton's not here to hear that. He's a real Mac person. And I feel he deserves it. Although I have to admit, some of it is actually his money going towards it. But hey, my money is his money is my money. So we're kind of doing it together, and we're going to pick it up tomorrow. So we will be able to work simultaneously on card reading projects, and while I'm working on some creative stuff, he can be working on creative stuff on the other computer. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes.
Yes, it was. All I wanted was Chinese food.
Well, we still might do that as well, because that was our first date food dinner after the orchestra.
The symphony. The violins. Okay, what's up for the next week for Mr. Rivera?
And coming from a rather sheltered place, at that point in my life, I had never eaten Chinese food before.
Well, you were only 19.
Yeah, yeah.
And our first card, Angel, is the upright Two of Swords.
Well, I figured get ourselves with the computers now before we're both retired and have no money.
Thank you.
It just made sense.
And then our next card is the reversed Three of Swords. Okay. So 2 upright, 3 reversed.
Yeah.
Sounds like a little bit of tension in the air. Oh dear. And we have another sword, Angel. It's the reversed King of Swords. So there's a bit of strife going on. There's a bit of back and forth, squabbling, maybe something more than squabbling. But let's be more specific here. With the Two of Swords upright, it just seems like now is the time for people to really try to focus on the questions and focus on the decisions. And that sometimes we don't have all the information we need, but we still have to try to do the best we can.
I agree with that a little bit, but I'm also sensing with the Two of Swords here that, this is a time for reassessing and deciding how to go forward. Should we make more changes? But there's a hesitancy. If the 2 was reversed, there'd be a more like, okay, the decision's been made, we have to run with it. But right now, there's a little bit of hesitancy as to how to carry out that decision and what it should be. Now let's look at that Three of Swords. The Three of Swords seems to indicate that, because it's reversed. And so I feel here that some things are coming back into, like, people want to do the right things to promote health and healing. That's the way I feel with that card. They want to do the right things to do it. But
they are operating in that environment, though, where pain and healing needs to happen. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword there.
Like the Two of Swords. Yes, indeed.
So then with this King of Swords reversed, this is just saying that maybe somebody is making a harsher decision about things, and that it's not that it's the wrong decision, but that they may not be able to take everything into account or to make the decision that really will help some people better than others. They're just trying to do what they think is the best.
Well, Angel, I'm on a slightly different tack with that one, too, because when I think about it, I'm wondering if somebody is really taking everything to heart that they need to here. There's a potential here that they may make a decision that is not based on the best interests of everybody, that there might be, maybe there's some special interests involved, like, I don't know, the almighty dollar wins, it's like, we just need to keep going no matter what. I worry about that a little bit when I see that card. So definitely would look at that. All those swords, a lot is going to hinge on the type of decisions they make. And of course, in the environment that's going on right now, maybe no decision is the right decision. I mean, it's just that bad right now. It's hard to say.
Wow. So let's do a Lenormand.
Yes. Really? Oh, wow.
I know.
That's not good, Angel. Really. There's a tight clamp on my campus, and I will say it just depends what's going to happen now. I'm worried because of the governor's orders now hedging on the legislature, which is the opposite party of hers. They have to cooperate and come up with the guidelines together. And already, one side is showing they are not going to compromise, their principles. So I worry, is the best interests of our health going to be taken into account? And what will the university do? I personally feel my university in Wayne County will be careful. I'm not sure about others.
Ah, yeah. And some of that could be because of all the Mars energies right now, too.
Got the bird. Well, no, wait. That is actually the stork card in this deck.
Raven.
And the deadly flowers, the
Those
lilies.
damn flowers.
I'm wondering here if this is indicating to me, Angel, that something is going to change. They are going to take some kind of a new approach. that just getting that from the lilies, maybe something they hadn't considered doing before. There's going to be some new approach taken, or maybe it'll be back to something a little bit more restrictive even. But I do think something's changing because the stork indicates changes afoot.
It sounds to me like when I put those two together, like they're going to fast track something. Like they're going to just really try to move quickly to do something new to hopefully, create a better outcome.
I definitely think, I don't know if it's going to be, maybe what the situation is I don't know if the second half is going to change so much as it is going forward from there. That maybe what happens in the second half of the year is going to, make them reconsider plans for, say, the winter semester. But something's afoot, and there is some change this is all leading up to. That's what we have for you, Angel.
Alrighty. Thank you, Angel.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Eyes wide open. So, hey, Estelle, you are up. It's your turn. And after Estelle is Laura, Sanjib, Libra Cusp, Violet Ann, Josephine, Jasmine, Sunal, and Dr. Tahira if they've returned. What was that tarot deck you used, Mr. O?
Just now?
Yep.
That was the angel. Or a mermaid.
Yeah, it was for Angel.
Sorry. I need an angel deck now. And then I need somebody to come in whose last name is Mermaid.
Oh my gosh. I don't think we need that. Okay, Laura, after Estelle will be your turn. Hang in there. I think Estelle might be here. Let's give Estelle a couple minutes because there's sometimes a time delay.
I'll type them in just to see if they're there.
So also, we are going to do on one of the upcoming Saturdays, preferably one that Mr. O is not working, special maybe mid-morning or early afternoon live stream on past life readings.
Woo!
And also, we will be able to fit in, if somebody wants a tarot past life reading, in some of our upcoming live streams. But we'll be using on that special one the Awakening Far Memory deck, which is all about past lives. So we'll be using that one for maybe about an hour and a half long special live stream for the Halloween season.
Right now it looks like it could be the 24th, the Saturday before Halloween, but we're not sure, and we will confirm that, and there'll be appropriate social media to indicate it.
Okay, I don't see a cell, so I think we'll move on to Laura's. You're here.
Oh, this always happens with a cell. We're ready to move on, and then a cell shows up.
Well, that's why I gave you a little time, a cell. So go ahead and type your question. And Laura, you will be next. And we will definitely go into overtime today because we wasted or killed a little time on our anniversary celebration.
And right now I'm killing some brain cells.
Oh. Oh, you mean there's some left, Mr. O? Oh, dear, I'm getting that scorpionic
I feel
look.
a zombie haiku.
It's okay, Estelle. I don't see your question. Oh, wait, yes, I do. We've got your question.
Yes, we do. All right.
I see.
Let's choose our
relationship coming for me in 2020. Do you want to do a yes/no on that?
Yes.
Did you fix that deck finally?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you want to ask a question I could answer? No.
I was going to use my my deck because it's been a while, but it's okay.
It seems like it's been a mighty long time. Shubop, 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 my baby. Ooh.
Ouch indeed, Casey. I gotta. We don't need the cat to knock down the camera. We have Mr. O for that. I gotta get a few zingers in once in a while, Casey. What can I say? All right. You're going to... All right, look it. Move your arm and that camera because I got to shuffle here. Thank you.
You're the one who wanted to do it this way.
Well, I still think it's better than... He hasn't knocked the camera down once, has he?
He came close, but I moved it out of his way.
There's a method to my madness. There's a method.
I'll count them.
You will?
You think?
All right. It's on you, Mr. O. Aww. Wait a minute, let me put those there. He wants to play with my pen.
All right, we have 2 aces. So
that's the good news.
So, yeah, that's the good news. It's most likely yes. However, our third card is the Lovers reversed, and I'm not sure how to put that into the equation exactly. I mean, I know that what it could say, but...
Well, I would say that there could be a relationship coming, but one of two things. It may get off to a very slow or difficult start. Or you may determine ultimately that this relationship is not for you.
It may also mean to me that maybe some of this relationship is sort of given to you in a way, like maybe you're introduced to somebody and there sort of feels like an obligation to try it, but you may not feel your heart's into it, but maybe then it turns around and then it does work to that. Or that there is something that just sort of doesn't exactly unite within the context of knowing each other, though it doesn't necessarily negate the idea of a marriage.
You know what's interesting about this, Estelle? I could also see where this is a relationship of two opposites. And it's whether those, right, the lovers, and whether those opposites truly can withstand the test of time. You know, me and Mr. O, we have a lot of commonalities, but there's a lot of opposites about us as well, for sure. And so can you make it work? You know, that is the question. So that's something that might come into play here as well. It's not so much that the relationship doesn't work, but, you know, you're going to find that you two are coming from different places in a way.
Now, I don't remember if you told us what your astrology is, but one is a coin, which could be an earth sign, and the other is a sword, which could be an air sign. And from that astrological perspective, generally speaking, earth signs and air signs don't necessarily have truly great relationships. I mean, they're sort of not natural relationships. That's not to say that they can have a relationship, because, of course, in the astrology, there's a lot of other components. You know, your moon sign, your sun sign, this planet is configured towards that one. So it could just be like Banshee says, that maybe there is something really opposite about you.
And the first card I drew is the Headless Horseman, which is the rider. And the old letter. All I can say is that something is coming to you, definitely, in 2021. Something is coming to you. You will get news about it, or I'm just not sure. But I mean, that letter and the writer, they're all about news and communication. You will be communicating with someone in 2021 that you will start a relationship with.
Yeah, we're just really seeing something really positive here in regards to that. And I want to just go with the greater idea that the question is more likely, yes, the lovers could mean nothing, or it could mean exactly what we said. But I think that when she pulled the letter, I immediately thought of, document, as in license or certificate or something.
I wouldn't go there.
I know, it just came to my head, though.
But it's definitely possible. I guess I might look for that if it came with another card like the ring. If it came with the ring or the heart, I could definitely say maybe marriage license or something like that. But I'm not going to go that far in this case. But maybe he's picking up on something, Estelle. That's what we have for you. Wish you the best with that.
Glad we got that to you.
And Laura, you are up. And after Laura is Sanjib, Libra, Violet Ann, Josephine, Jasmine, Sanel, and Tahira. If they come back.
Alrighty.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got a deck here. Yeah, Sonny. Definitely he's in a good spot, but I'm not, apparently. No, leave him there. Don't make him go there. Don't do it, Mr. O.
I won't.
That's my man. There you go. Yes, no on this?
Mm-hmm.
You are welcome, Estelle. Okay, he almost knocked the candy dish off the table.
Can I have another?
He's messing with my cards here. I'll move those. That tail. You and that tail. I'll count them.
I haven't cut them yet.
You haven't? What? All right. I'll hand them to you. Oh, look at that.
That's the Ace of Wands reversed.
13th card.
And then the Ace of Pentacles. These cards look dark here.
Well, okay. It's leaning towards yes, Laura. You should get to work on them. Maybe the cards are asking you why you haven't already. Why do you feel stuck or maybe like not moving on them at the moment? So in other words, I think you might be off to a slow start with it, but you should get going. There's no reason to hold back or stand still. You should move ahead with this if this is something you're passionate about.
Right. I agree with that mostly, and I just wonder if maybe there is something that's a little bit emotional in your heart about this that you feel, you have a hard time giving up to move forward with those other things. So, but in general, right, it's just saying that you just really have to make that decision to continue moving in your better direction.
Let's throw some Lenormand on that.
All right, good. So we're going to do a Lenormand now and see if it tells us anything else. But basically, the answer to your question is most likely yes.
The dagger is actually the cross in this deck. So we've got the cross. And we've got the tower. So I don't know if this job involves people or this project involves people at all. But also this could be saying that maybe some of your work or your studies, whatever the case may be, responsibilities that you have to wind down a little bit, come to an end in order for you to start working on these projects. Or you have to find a way to make the balance, find the balance so you have enough time to work on these things.
So what is the dagger again?
It's the cross. 36.
So to me then, I guess what that says is the cross is what? I'm sorry.
The cross is
I'm
grief,
drunk.
endings, cross,
Endings.
grief,
I thought you were going to say
endings.
endings because the coffin is too.
Right, it is.
Yeah, okay.
The cross is more grief and stuff. So again, in a way, I see an analogy between this and the stagnation card. I feel that something has to come to an end that maybe has been dragging you down to the extent that you haven't been able to put your energy and your enthusiasm into these projects. And it could be work-related or responsibilities.
It's the dissatisfaction with what the current situation is.
Maybe. Sure.
Well, it could be. I mean, this is institutional.
Well, the tower has a number of meanings.
Okay.
It could also be isolation. It could also be, people like up in an ivory tower. It could be that as well.
Thank you. She understands more than I do, which is probably okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Laura.
Moving on, Mr. O.
Alrighty.
We'll get through this. I'm glad that
welcome.
makes sense to you. Hey, and good luck with those projects. Hey, Sanjib, you are up. It's your turn. And then Libra, Cusp, Violet Ann, Josephine, Jasmine, Sanal, and Tahira, if they're back. Oh, we always appreciate you. It's good to have you back here.
Thank you, Laura.
Stop in anytime, Laura. Everybody, don't forget to like our page, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Sometimes you get notifications, depending on YouTube. If you click the notification bell.
We'll try to check into that and see if there's anything on our end that could be doing that.
But I'm pretty sure it's YouTube.
But I think Violet Ann and others have said that, it just sometimes is a little random, weird. And that's happened to us before with people, too.
Why does this thing... Oh, there we go. I get it up and then... Here we are. We got it, Sanjib. Okay. Love relationship coming to me anytime soon. How do you want to do that one? Should we do a yes, no on that one?
We could. Sure.
Mermaid?
Yep.
Quit playing with the computer. Yeah, there's always a little bit of a lag. You're right. That's why we try to give people a little time. Sometimes we don't give enough, but we try. So don't forget about Mr. O's Emotional Exchanges program, which his video comes out every Friday at 10 a.m. Talks about the emotional waters for the week ahead. And then on the material side of things, my Material Matters is on Sundays at 10 a.m. also. And usually I'm in the chat room to chat with people during the video. So come join me on a Sunday morning.
All right.
Leaning towards yes.
Is it ever?
So yeah, relationship coming to me anytime soon.
It probably is going to come to you soon. It may, in fact, be a very physical relationship.
It's the devil.
It's the devil.
Well, definitely something that is going to be very attracting to you. You know, you're almost going to become obsessed with the person that you meet.
Well, it could be the kind of thing that where maybe the relationship will become very consuming, and that it may be very important to you to really keep the relationship and keep furthering it.
And one thing, it's going to be as if this person is going to be very physically attractive to you more than anything. So in other words, it may take some time to grow into the relationship as a couple, where you get to know all facets of that person. But imminently, you are going to feel a real physical attraction with that person.
So the answer is most likely yes, but let's see if we can get a little more detail from our Lenormand reading.
Wow. So we've got Lady Pumpkinhead here.
She's a winner.
Which is a gentle woman, a woman in the reading. And then we have the creepy trail. And so the creepy trail is the path or decision. I could take this two ways, I think, Sanjib, two ways. That maybe there's more than one person coming to you and you're going to have a decision to make. Or the fact that you got the woman card indicates that there is somebody coming and you're going to make a decision, is this the one? You're going to be thinking in your mind, is this person the one for you?
Okay, this card is the Devil, which I sort of believe is coinciding with these two cards. Lady Pumpkinhead, which represents a female gentle person. And then this is the creepy trail, which is like
the path or decision.
The pathway.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe that's right with what Banshee says, because there is a duality represented by the Devil in a way. It could be the duality of having persons to choose. But I'm also thinking, too, that really it's just really saying you are probably moving quickly and will have some sort of decision or choice to make where you're going, and that it probably relates to this physical relationship.
Yeah. So that looks pretty good, Sanjib, I have to say.
So you had two aces, the Devil, Lady Pumpkinhead, and the creepy trail.
And the two aces just indicate to us that your question is leaning towards yes, something is coming towards you. I am not getting a super beat on timing here, but I think you're headed towards a relationship.
It could be as early as somewhere in the winter, but it could be maybe in the season or so after that. That's what I think.
Okay, that's what we have for you. And Libra's already got their question up.
Oh, thank you, Libra.
And then Violet Ann, Josephine, Jasmine, Sanel, and Tahira. All right. Here's the rest of your cards.
Your deck?
It definitely looks good for you, Sanjib. Good luck with that. And that is interesting. So, with the Devil card, don't you think?
Yeah, that could relate to that. I forgot, we're kind of tethered here.
You are welcome.
You're welcome.
What should Libra Cusp be looking out for? There you go. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that, Sanjib.
Thank you, Sanjib.
We're still partying. The actual anniversary is tomorrow, where he will get his gift, and maybe we'll both share Chinese dinner.
I don't even know how we're going to do that.
Well, we'll get a carryout, I think.
Yeah, there is that.
We're not going into restaurants yet. We're not doing that.
We are not doing that. I have to work tomorrow night, too, though, so it's a lot to squeeze in.
Oh, that's right. I'll find a lunchtime one. Whoa, Libra.
You may have a bit to watch out for.
We got the Nine of Cups reversed. What's that one again? The Four of Cups reversed. and the Three of Cups. And these...
It's funny, they're all cups.
Yeah, and they're
all reversed.
And 3 and 4 are together, but these are definitely mixed well. So it's emotional for sure, and it's kind of a little bit of emotional topsy-turviness of sorts.
Well, you may find that either you're feeling unlucky or that you're also just feeling that things don't have a level of contentment that you'd like to have, or that the things you do have don't bring you a certain level of contentment or enjoyment. And that could just be physical things as well as other things. With the Four of Cups reversed, I'm thinking that although I said that, you feel like a decision coming to you will be taken, but maybe you're just not really sure it's the right one. Maybe you have doubts. Maybe that's what you think is coming towards you, is a decision you're not really 100% sure about. Then with the Three of Cups reversed, simply it just may be that you're questioning where you're going emotionally with various relationships. It could be primary ones, it could be other ones.
I'm looking at these two cards together, the Three of Cups reversed and the Nine of Cups reversed, Libra. And I think you're going to be doing some real reassessment as to why you're not receiving, the joy or maybe the love. If this is about a relationship that you really desire, that you really have hoped for. It's like you're taking a reevaluation as to why things are not turning out happily ever after for you. And I think the Four of Cups reversed is indicating to me that the time is over to stop thinking about it and to start doing something about it. The Four of Cups is now reversed, and it's saying it's time to act. It's time to act on whatever's wrong here and make it right. I'm not getting a lot of clues as to what that is, so maybe that will come up in our Lenormand. But that's where I'm kind of leaning with the way those cards have fallen, if that makes sense to you at all.
And I'm only leaning towards the Four of Cups, sort of suggesting that you may be doing some second guessing on this choice. But maybe it's more like Banshee says too, that to some degree you are feeling you have to make this choice. But I think that maybe you're just going to have some doubts about it. Come here, my baby.
Oh, gosh.
So now number 3.
Come. The cat we rarely see, everybody. You're in for a treat. It's Shadow.
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 I call her Shadow because she's special. Here. Come here, girl. Come on. You can come here. Come on. Now we'll get you in the camera. There's our little girl. Our little big girl.
They're all kind of big.
They're all big.
She's big with hair.
She's big hair cat. That's right.
She's probably the most camera shy, though. She didn't really want to stay here. Uh-oh.
We got Sir Pumpkinhead, Libra.
Pumpkinhead.
Which is a gentleman in this reading. And then we've got the Coffin or the Grim Reaper. Oh, so what does this tell me? This tells me that maybe some relationship has to come to an end. Something, or you have to let go of thoughts towards someone in order to move forward.
Which is kind of like why I felt this represented some amount of second guessing or questioning, but I think you are moving towards that decision. I think Banshee thinks that too. So you're just, this really brings a lot of emotion to you. You don't want to cause pain. You don't want to hurt yourself, let alone other people. But you are really resolving to the decisions you have to make. Three of Cups reversed.
Yeah. So that's kind of what we see, Libra, coming your way. That's what to watch out for. That's what we've got for you. Hey, Violet Ann, you are up. And then Josephine, Jasmine, Sanal, and Tahira.
Thank you. Yes, she is very affectionate in her own way.
She's an interesting cat, but she's also very temperamental. We can't take her to a vet or to get her claws clipped. She will lash out. But she's very affectionate to us, and of course, except if we try to do something like that. He took Sunny to the vet the other day, and Just the act of bringing the case in and trying to get Sunny made her hiss. So, not always happy. You're welcome, Libra.
You are welcome.
All right, so Violet Ann, Josephine, Jasmine, Sanel. And I don't think Tahira has come back, so we're going to cross that off. And maybe we'll throw that back on.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, she's a toughie, but so interesting in other ways. I don't know how to describe her persona. Like, she listens to me like no other cat. And ignores me too, like a cat.
I swear
but she knows
sometimes
what I'm saying, and I know she follows the directions, but then she'll do something just because she knows it makes me upset. So she knows how to push buttons.
Sometimes I think she calls my name not Oberon, but my other name, because it's just the way she meows. It's sort of like...
I think you imagine that a little bit, Mr. O, but I'll let you have it.
Oh, she's my baby, though.
Halloween?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, Violet Ann.
So we're doing a yes/no?
Yeah, let's do that and see how that goes. She is a smart.
Yeah, you cannot pull a fast one on that cat. She just knows what you're up to.
She's a long hair, so she tends to have some hairball problems. And, of course, the hairball medicine she doesn't like. The other cats will just eat it like crazy, and it's that gel in the tube. She's like, nope, don't want it.
It took her a while to really warm up to us, more so than the other cats. But once she did, she is just so rubbing against you, and she'll jump up to try to get your attention and just stand there and meow at you. And she just turned around, turned a big corner. Oh, but she says enough of that. When she's had enough of something, she moves on. Watch your glass, Mr. O. Wow, in under 8 cards, well, really not, in each pile, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 cards here. You got 3 aces, Violet Ann.
3 aces in 13 cards.
Wow. I would say that means there is some connection here.
Aces mean yes, and so you have 3 of them. So it looks like it's a really positive yes here.
I think we need to explore this a little bit.
We do.
Let's throw this.
For our friend Violet Ann.
But definitely, this needs a little bit more exploration. Let's see what we get here. That was like so bam.
That's what... Oh, wait. Water cat. Well, I don't know about that. But yeah, we do pronounce it like it's French. Chateau.
Interesting. I kind of did that for that reason, Chateau. Yeah.
We wanted her to be a little more elegant.
Yeah, because there is a different... She needs to be treated differently than the other cats.
Oh, damn. What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, you were hoping not, I think.
Uh-oh.
But there's something there, clearly.
Sorry for our enthusiasm.
Well... There's something there. And even if there is, like I said, some relationships, even with that connection, are not always meant to be in this lifetime. Whoa! And we see the issues here.
Oh, do we?
My gosh. So this is the 9 of Wands, and that's reversed, the 9 of Imps. We have the 2 of Pumpkins or Pentacles, and that's reversed. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles, and that's upright.
Ooh.
So it seems like there's some neediness here, or somebody who is just too...
Well, Well, they're afraid to stand up for themselves sometimes, so maybe they like somebody else being in charge. Or is that you? I don't know.
It's somebody too who just feels like there's a lot of lack in their lives. Maybe they have a lack in how they can express love to others. I'm wondering about that. The Two of Pentacles reversed indicates that there's a number of things that are not in balance in their lives. I'm really thinking this is relating to the person.
They have crazy things going on in their lives to the sense that maybe they vacillate a lot. Like maybe they have some ups and downs. So not necessarily like a bipolar or something like that, but just some real extremes perhaps, or at least something that does seem, back and forth. Thank you, Sun
And
Man.
now you've let him go in front of this camera, which you should not do. And then we have this Nine of Imps. And the Nine of Imps reversed to me maybe indicates to me that this person, I don't know if this is like a lifetime thing or not, but I'll just say for right now, Violet Ann is not ready for this connection with you in some way. They're not ready to act on that at all.
Right, so there is a connection, but it's like they're not really, maybe they feel scared of it in some ways, or maybe they feel like it adds to the things that they can't control in their life right now, the things that they're not in charge of. Nine of Wands upright is much more indicative of a character who can stand up for themselves, and this is a person who maybe doesn't feel they can do that.
Oh yeah, I see where you got that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then with that Five of Pumpkins, so then it's just saying what I thought you were saying about the neediness or the feeling like, there's a despotism in some of their stuff. What do you got? You got something, don't you?
I do.
Oh, goddess.
I have the Dark Heart, Violet Ann, which is the heart in the Lenormand. And then after that, I drew the Stork. So, I know. I could look at that a number of ways. Like this could lead to the birth of some love or relationship at some point. But on the other hand, I also think this person might change their mind a lot about who they love. They might be, in a constant state of flux and change of heart about things.
You mean like this reverse Two of Pumpkins?
Maybe. And it could also mean that maybe they will change their mind someday about you.
So maybe that it's a strong connection now, but maybe they're in the moment. And, just like...
I warned you. Watch the camera.
Just like to me, this could be in the moment too. This idea that, a lot of people, they like, I'm not saying this is tea, but some people we know in our communities, they want to be a martyr all the time. They want people to see like, oh, they're suffering. It's the Mother Saint.
Go on.
I can't think of the term. There was a term I wanted. I can't think of it. It's about the sister of perpetual suffering. I can't remember how that went, but
okay.
It's a martyrism.
Are you going? Yes, I agree with you.
Fine.
Also, we have this vast amount. We have, not a vast amount. We have 2 pentacles here. So I think things would definitely be slow in developing with this person or individual, but it's not impossible considering you have this stork and this heart here. It's very interesting, Violet Ann. That's for certain. So good luck with that one. And hey, Josephine, are you still with us? If you are, it is your turn. And by the way, if you are still with us, Josephine, thanks for waiting. So we'll give Josephine, oh, there you are. Well, thanks for hanging in there with us. Go ahead with your question. And after Josephine is Jasmine, and so now...
That's probably it.
Yep. Oh, wow.
Ooh, interesting.
Wow, you'll have to keep us posted on this one.
I want another candy, please.
I can't, well, I had to move them because of the, thrashing tail of Sunny. All right, you got it.
An industrial attachment.
So this means job related.
Most likely.
Let's see. What do we want to do with this one? Do we want to throw 3 cards and see?
Maybe.
I mean, there is a yes-no component there, but let's do that and see.
He loves me.
He's taken over a bad spot.
I don't know what I can do.
I will do something if you stop betting him. There. Take the cards. Come here, Sonny. Come here. There. That wasn't so hard. Ah. Here's my boy. Uh-oh. Now we've got our Halloween cats, the black one and the orange one on the table. We call them our Halloween kitties. Stay right there. Don't you move. And you, Shadow. Well, maybe we've created too much space for them, Mr. O.
I could have told you that.
What's that last one? Oh, the 10.
Oh, it is the 10. You're right.
Interesting. All right. Let's go.
So there's a 5 of Swords, which is reversed.
Is that the 5?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
There is the Wheel of Fortune, which is a great card here. And then there's the 10 of Swords, which is reversed.
Well, swords are cards of contention a little bit, Josephine, and some, what's the word? What's the word I'm trying to think of? The energy of the swords.
Struggles.
Struggles. So I think there's going to be some struggles getting there, but the Wheel of Fortune indicates that fate and luck and timing are on your side right now. So my advice to you is to keep your eye open, and any opportunities that appear, to just jump on them, because this is about timing. A lot of it has to do with being at the right place at the right time to make this happen.
I sort of agree with that. We didn't ask this as a yes or no question, which
Yeah.
could have worked because that's how you kind of asked it. But I do feel, too, that with this Wheel of Fortune there, the cycle of luck is coming to you, or favorability. But I think it also has something to do with this 10 of Swords, because I think this is saying that when you are ending some obstacle, some real obstacle or situation that maybe is impeding the progress, and I wonder if that's connected to the 5 of Swords, that's when this opportunity of luck or the cycle changing comes to you. Is you have to kind of close out something. You have to end the obstacle or the fly in your ointment, so to speak, the thing that's causing the irritation to you, in order to get there. So in other words, this opportunity does open up, but you kind of have to remove something else. And some of that could just be internal attitudes, but it could also be maybe a little bit some rivalry within that kind of experience. Like maybe there's, I don't want to say competition per se, but I'll say it's more like rivalry. So
maybe like office politics?
Right, but since I don't really understand what the industrial attachment means, I didn't think of it in terms of an office thing, but I do think of it in terms of a workplace kind of thing.
Workplace politics.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Office politics is in all workplaces. So I do feel that, you asked about the experience that you would be going through. I do feel like there might be a little bit of that there might be some people who are not, always working with your best interests at heart that you'll have to deal with on this job. But I also feel that, but I also feel that will clear up in time. I feel it's like in time, things will get to a new normal for you that will be better.
And so maybe that's what the Wheel of Fortune says, is just hold on for the time to change, the cycle to change. So like it's saying it is going to come. Don't despair. It will come, but it won't happen until some of the other irritants are removed from that. And I don't know if
it could be an internship, but I don't know if it's necessarily that. If that's what you're looking for right now, okay. But I think something is going to happen. But, you just got to be wary that there are some people there that, that may not be that helpful to you, if you are learning a trade or something. Some people, they don't treat interns as well as others do,
That's kind of universal, because I think other industries were more aware of things in the medical or whatever, library sciences. Interns are a big thing, but generally speaking, the interns are the people that get the scuttle work.
Yeah.
And of course, it's just really a cheap way of having labor for some companies or some situations. However, it's paying your dues.
But I feel you will persevere and get beyond that.
That's what I think,
because the Ten of Swords is reversed. If it were upright, I'd be maybe telling you a little bit of a different story.
Yeah, it may be that you resolve the question of the internship because you basically prove yourself. This is about proving yourself too, in a way.
But like I said, keep on every opportunity to make it happen.
So we're going to do that Lenormand for you, Josephine, and we'll end that with hopefully a better note too. All right, a book.
Well, interesting, because it looks as though, education or learning this trade will clear up a lot of confusion for you in some way. So in other words, if you're wondering if this is the right thing for you, I think once you get your foot in the door, a lot of confusion or maybe doubts that you've had about yourself in the process will disappear.
Yeah, this is really about finding out things. It'll be opening up the door into something new. And like Banshee says, it's really just a matter of kind of winnowing through some initial confusion. It's like we said, just waiting for the cycles to turn a little bit. So it does sort of seem like this is a good result here. I would say probably this will work out.
That's what we have for you.
Thanks, Josephine. Hope you enjoyed that.
And hey, Jasmine, you are up. Are you with us? Just say yes so we know. And then you can type your question. And then we have Sonal.
And that will probably be it.
Hey, and maybe we'll throw a card for KC if he's still here.
Oh my, it's late for KC.
I know.
You're welcome, Josephine.
You're welcome, Josephine. Good luck. Good luck with that.
Yeah, it seemed positive.
Well, it's possible Jasmine is not here. We'll give them a moment.
Casey is there.
Yay.
Of course you are. To the bitter end, my friend.
Okay, Jasmine.
I'm typing them in.
Okay, thank you.
So we shall see. We may be going right on to Sonal, or who knows?
Hey, Sonal, are you with us? If you want, you can type your question now so we have it.
And Kitty Cam is being deployed.
Oh, wow, you jumped on that, Sonal. Awesome. Any new love or old love coming my way within the next 2 months?
You got it. Mermaid?
Yep. We're going to do Sonal, and Jasmine, if you show up, we will do you right after. Just type in your question, Jasmine.
The bitter end. Any new love for Sonal? The next 2 months.
Well, this has been a great day celebrating.
Woohoo!
Doing cards for people. What could be better?
I always tell people I don't like to drink, but then I start drinking, and then
Then he remembers, I actually do like to drink once in a while.
I kind of like it. Now, tomorrow may be different. And usually I only drink wine, and so I do have to watch it because sometimes wine gives me a headache.
Well, tomorrow I work, but we have a 10 a.m. appointment to pick up the computer. We have to go to Ann Arbor to get that.
Yeah, that's about a half an hour-ish drive, maybe a little longer.
So I'll be taking a little time off. I might actually start my day early and use my lunch break so that I don't have to take any vacation time. All right.
Good.
There.
Yes or no? Right?
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. So what do we have here? Well, it's leaning towards no, but let's get to why. We only have one ace.
Yeah, so it's a small chance of yes. You have a Knight of Swords,
Okay.
which is upright.
We got two sword cards.
And then you have a Nine of Swords, which is upright. Now, that was framed about somebody from your past, wasn't it?
No, you're thinking of the other reading.
Whoops, sorry. Okay, sorry about that.
Any new love or old love coming their
love.
way. So I'm going to say not in the next 2 months. It's possible that you are working on some of your own issues right now. I don't know if you're still coming to terms with some sorrows from past relationships or issues, but it looks as though there is some sorrow here or worries. Maybe you're just, maybe you're feeding into the cycle of worry and doubts about a relationship coming, so that, sometimes that energy perpetuates itself and puts off the growth that you desire.
Well, I wonder if it's something like that, because I sort of feel that with that Nine of Swords, that sense of sorrow there too, but from something in the past, and you mentioned an old love, and I'm wondering if the old love is somebody who still comes into your thoughts, who still is in your heart in some way, and that maybe you're actually hoping for that to happen, but it doesn't appear it's likely at this point in time. I'm not going to say it's impossible. It just may be that there's something that is keeping you apart, if that is what you're looking for. Mm-hmm. So it is maybe just as likely that somebody new could come into your life rather than this other person.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that maybe, it's possible to look to your past for a relationship, but maybe the focus in your mind and your heart right now should be on the new, and I'm going to make a real attempt to break out and seek out something new in my life, and let the past go. And definitely, if anything, if there's any kind of defeatist attitude regarding relationships or starting relationships, put on a different hat. Put on a different hat and think differently. Now is the time to break out of that sword mentality there, which is kind of a struggle and strife, and recognize that, you have the ability to attract something really loving and what you want in your life.
Callio, you SOB. Yes, what? I had to take the hat off. My head was starting to hurt. Okay, no, I don't mean that. You know that.
He apologizes for that remark.
But I would have to say, Sanal, that these cards don't give me the feel of a Taurus or an Earth energy. They sort of feel something different. So I'm not sure that this is about the Taurus person, whether that's an older person or a newer person.
Unless they have air prominent in their chart.
That's always possible. It feels more like a more forceful air personality. No, wait, this is air, yeah.
Yeah.
So of the forceful air personalities, that could be more like well, I don't know. None of them are really that forceful to me. But it does feel more like an air personality to some degree. So here we have, with your Lenormand, we have, ha ha ha, the ghost ship.
And then we have the mountains.
The mountains.
The mountains are behind that gate there, I guess. Okay. So,
maybe air sign.
So basically, well, sometimes, they say the rising sign is more important than your birth sign. So if they have air in their chart, like as their rising sign, they could be a Taurus with a rising sign of, but although I don't know.
It just didn't strongly feel that way.
Yeah.
But at any rate, the ship represents travel, moving towards something. And the gate is the mountain, right?
So as obstacles moving forward, I'm just going to say that there are some obstacles moving forward. But I want you to also keep in mind, so now you asked about the next 2 months. So it just might be that these are problems you face only for these 2 months. Don't think this is a forever thing. This is just right now. And so the next 2 months show there are some obstacles for you moving on. That's kind of the way I feel about it when I see those two cards together.
Right. Tarot is a snapshot in time, and I get the feeling, too, that maybe this card here saying what I said about that, saying that maybe there's just somebody in your past you need to let go. Maybe the next 2 months will show that happening for you. Just resolving that, and then in 2 months you might want to ask this again, if not whenever you feel like it.
Yeah. And we'll see what things are looking like. But that's what we have for you, Sonal. I hope that helps. And hey, KC, you made it this far. We're just going to do 3 cards for you, okay?
Absolutely. You better stay. Just a quickie for you.
Yeah. Come on now. All
right.
right.
We're just tossing them, or we're getting a question?
Well, do you have a question, KC? You're very welcome, Sonal.
Give us your question, or I'll put the hat back on. No, that won't.
He threw it somewhere, so
I could get it.
I don't think it's going.
Okay, I'll just finish the rest of this if you don't ask the question. You'll probably do that on purpose, right?
We could just do a general if you prefer, Casey. Okay, we got it. If I can shuffle. Maybe the wine's affecting me, and I really didn't drink that much of it, I must say.
Let's see your glass.
I will. Oh, I think we're pretty close.
I did a little more than you.
How did that happen, Mr. O?
Because I'm a Scorpio, and I'm really a lush at heart. Scorpios sort of have obsessive qualities.
It's that water.
In and of themselves. We want what we want when we want it.
There's a truth there.
A journal for the next week. There you go.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Sorry, we're analyzing here. So we have the 7 of Cups and it's reversed. Sadly, we have the 3 of Swords upright, but immediately following that, we have the 9 of Swords and it is reversed.
You're going through some really weird emotions really quickly in the next week, perhaps.
Yeah, from some rather disappointments or sorrows to a healing process. It's almost as if, something is going to make you feel bad. You're going to be feeling very sad about something, but all of a sudden it's going to be like, oh, well, it is what it is, or that's life, and I'm going to move on.
Maybe it's how you choose to address what's most important in your life, because maybe there's a number of things that you could feel these feelings for, but you realize that you need to not spend that much emotion around. This is a time for you to really take care of yourself, because something is hurting you or will be hurting you, And you don't need to waste time on all those other situations. You just need to kind of work on yourself for this week at least to figure out what you can do to heal yourself in regards to anything that's upsetting you. You like that?
Oh, come back here. I have a perfect... There is some...
Oh, you didn't want to do that. Okay.
There is something here that's very interesting. We have the card of making a choice, right? The 7 of Cups. And then we have sorrow or healing from sorrow. That's your choice in the week ahead. I think that's it. You are going to choose healing over sorrow. I'm not too drunk.
I am. No, I'm not.
So I really think that is what's going on here. Just like a light bulb went off when he was talking there.
So it wasn't me. It was what you felt.
Well, but you hit on it. You did hit on it when you said the choice. And I'm like, that is the choice right there.
I almost got it there, but she did it.
It does sound like a good choice, and that's the choice I think you're going to make.
But let's just say that because, usually with that 7 there, it does say that there were, and this is what I said too, there were other things you were thinking of, but maybe the choice was really you have to think of yourself. I mean, if this is really about other people, what? Yes, it is true. I'm a vampire too. No, I'm not.
So the vampire is the snake in this deck, and the bats are the birds. And so, there maybe some of this entails some gossip or some news that you're going to hear that, clearly is not trustworthy. There's somebody snaky, that you are dealing with perhaps in this week that has something to do with this situation.
I'm getting an intuit here, and I'm just wondering if maybe somebody from a recent or past relationship that maybe you're still in touch with, and that maybe they say something snaky, or they do something snaky, or they tell somebody else something snaky, gossipy, and that's where it hurts you, but you need to just focus on making a better decision to let them do what they do, because it's not you, and it shouldn't affect you.
Yeah, the birds are news. Like somebody is going to tell you something, say something to you, but you're really doubtful because they haven't proven to be that trustworthy a person. And so maybe that is causing some of this, push-pull between sorrow and healing. And you're going to make the choice to move on and heal.
Wow.
That's what we have for you, Casey. And that's an interesting way to end the show, wouldn't you say, Mr. O? So we have had a great time reading for everybody today, and stay tuned for more fun ahead. So all I can say is I am looking forward to my retirement. It's been hard for me to get in that mindset of doing so. I just had a reading, though, from an outside source, and it was really helpful in making me see what I really already felt, but it's hard, when something has been foisted upon you that you weren't expecting. So I'm looking forward to devoting more of my time to this project and getting all this off the ground, because I think this is where my heart is right now. So anyway, everybody, I want to thank you all for sharing this day with us, and we will see you next time, Thursday night, 7 to 9 p.m.
Bye-bye.
Take care, everybody.